Are you ready to thrive in the UK food manufacturing industry? Welcome to Forking Delicious podcast, stories of UK food manufacturing success with Jaz Notay and Alvin Narsey. Join Jaz and Alvin as they chat with business owners, industry pros and experts, sharing real challenges, smart solutions, and practical insights to help you grow your business and thrive. Tune in now.
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Forking Delicious podcast. This is a podcast that Jaz and I created for UK food manufacturing business owners, and we're just going to give you a little bit of history about us, about the podcast, what we're trying to create and who it's for. So we'll just roll right into it. Welcome, Jaz.
Thanks, Alvin. Welcome to our listeners and our viewers to our podcast. I'm Jaz Notay, co-hosting with Alvin. I'm a qualified accountant by profession, but I have always worked in the food space, working with lots of small businesses and growing them to scale. One of my biggest success stories is growing a business from 0 to 7 million in less than 7 years. Fresh juice company, and every time I see that brand in Waitrose and Marks and Spencer, it fills my heart with so much joy.
Nice. Yeah, and so I actually have no experience in the food manufacturing sector. I'm a pharmacist by profession, but I've bought and grown many businesses, and so I'm teaming up with Jaz to focus on this food manufacturing sector in the UK, and just to bring in some of my expertise in running businesses. And we thought it would be a great idea to create this podcast so we can help other business owners grow their business, navigate the challenges that you as a food manufacturer might be facing in the UK. And, you know, we, over the course of the life of this podcast, I guess, we're going to be bringing in some great guests. So, Jaz, so maybe we should talk about why we created this podcast.
Yeah. So I guess food is one of those spaces. It's a very challenging space. You've got constantly being faced by increasing costs, energy prices, transportation costs, food price inflation. I think in 2022, we experienced in the UK such hyper food inflation, and we saw a lot of food businesses struggle and make losses. So actually what we wanted to do is create a space where like-minded food business owners can actually share ideas, share knowledge, and we can keep you all well informed to enable your business to grow and flourish.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we noticed in the marketplace, right, when we were looking at ways that we could support food manufacturing business owners. There's a lot of business podcasts out there, and the food-related ones are more, I found they were more related for business owners on the sort of the regulatory side of it, but there was nothing really focused for a business owner, like an SME size. And we thought, you know, some of my favorite podcasts that I've listened to, business ones, are like interviews with business owners in that particular space. And I thought that would be really, really fun if we could put together a podcast and talk to other business owners in the food manufacturing space who've grown their business, consultants. You know, what are the things that we got planned, Jaz, guests to bring on?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some fantastic guests lined up for the podcast. We've got industry experts. We've got people who have grown businesses, several businesses, and challenges they've experienced. And, you know, they come from all aspects in food manufacturing. So from supplements to vegan products to produce and pork products, and farmers have come on board, will be coming on board to share their knowledge, share best practice, share ideas, just to learn from.
Yeah, I think one of the best things that we can do is learn from others' experiences, right? And to actually talk to somebody that's actually done it, doing it, whether they've failed or typically when they've succeeded. There's so many great lessons that we can learn. And as a business owner, especially in the food manufacturing space, we could learn from the learnings of others and implement that into our business. And actually, that's one of the main things I'm hoping for, is to provide value during each episode that you can implement into your business and get some results from, right?
Alongside the podcast, actually, maybe we should mention, we've also got a Facebook group as well. So where it's growing at pace, and where we've got food manufacturers that ask questions, things that are stuck with, and other people jump on to provide support, it's a real community that we're building here to provide that support and provide solutions for other members of the community.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we identified was missing. There's not really an interactive community of food manufacturing business owners, and of course Facebook is the social platform and one of the easiest ways to do it. So we've been trialing that, and it's been pretty successful in terms of the amount of people that that are visiting the group and asking questions. So we're super excited to see how that plays out over the next few years.
So I think before we delve a bit deeper into details on the podcast, maybe we should share a bit more about us in terms of our background. So Alvin, you obviously shared your M&A experience and running pharmacies, but anything else that you want to add around food?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've observed is many SMEs in the UK, and in fact worldwide, in the food manufacturing space, we're sort of not really taught how to run or grow or set up our business, right? Many of us, we come from a different background, whether it's agricultural or food directly. Nobody teaches us how to grow our business. Nobody's shown us, and we kind of just jump in and do the best we can, really, and kind of learn as we go. And I think one of the things that I've learned from growing and selling a lot of my businesses is the importance of setting up systems and procedures and having a proper marketing system in place to continue to grow the business. And so there's some of the things that I hope that we can sort of glean out when we're talking to our guests, and some of those things that I'm hoping to talk about in the podcast.
But in terms of food as well, for us, we share a real passion for food. We've grown up with food all around us and passed from generation to generation in our families, and that real love of food. And like for me personally, I qualified accountant, didn't go out to specifically work in the food industry, but kept finding myself continually coming back to food. Every time I'd go and get a job, it'd always be in the food industry. Just love the space, just in terms of the creativity, the people within the space. It's just a fabulous space to be in, from food manufacturing all the way to hospitality to food service. And that's where my experience sits within food. So I've got the end-to-end from farm to plate, basically experience, and growing those businesses and scaling them and getting funding as well. Hence the Forking Delicious podcast was born.
Yeah, what a fun time coming up with that name. We were really struggling. Well, we tried a few different ideas, and then somehow we came across this one. I don't remember how, and it really stuck, and it's pretty good fun. I always find it really hilarious when I'm out talking to people saying that we've got this podcast called Forking Delicious. It gets a really good reception out there. It's quite hilarious. So, who is this podcast for? I think I would love to dive a little bit deeper into that, Jaz. So, I mean, who would get the most value from listening to us or tuning in sort of every couple of weeks to the episodes?
So I guess if you've got a food manufacturing business, or you're even looking to start a food manufacturing business, this podcast is for you. In terms of how big your business is, does it matter? Not really. If you're just looking to start out, you can get some really valuable advice from people who are already doing it, and get some tips of mistakes that people have made, and you can learn from their mistakes to make sure that you are putting your business in the best, putting your business forward with the best foot forward. In terms of people, I guess that we would expect to see is people who are experiencing challenges within their existing business. Profit margins are down, profit margins are being depleted. There's a lot of governance around getting the certifications and things like that. So making sure you're compliant with all the allergens laws, especially within the UK, and making sure food labelling is up scratch. And now that, our post-Brexit, imports and exports, we're finding, and we've learned more recently, and getting the right coding for your imports and exports and how important that is. So I guess if you've got a food business, this podcast is for you.
Yeah. And so, we're, like Jaz said, we're serving the people that are just starting up, but also one of both of our skill sets for Jaz and I is helping food manufacturing business owners set up their business for sale. So right on the opposite end as well. And it's quite a bit of a process. And I think we have planned over some episodes in the future to really talk about how to set up your business for sale. What are some of the common pitfalls, what you need to look into. So we hope the podcast will provide the full range of issues and interest for a food manufacturing business owner throughout the whole life cycle of the business, and we're looking to have a lot of fun just talking to guests and learning. And there's so much within the food manufacturing industry that's constantly changing and that we can learn from the way people do business. It's super exciting to be part of that. In terms of, I think, a podcast length, we're going to try and keep, this intro will be very, very short, but usually we understand as business owners, we're pretty time poor. So we are going to aim to keep episodes to be about 35, 40 minutes, right, Jaz?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just keeping the episodes nice and short and trying to get interviews to get straight to the point. We'll be diving in on specific challenges and specific niches within the food manufacturing space. So it's we're going to be having a great time. And if you have a guest that you think should be on the show, please contact us. The contact details will be in the show notes below. We're always looking for guests, and we'd love to feature somebody. Or if you wanted to be on the podcast, right, we'd love to feature you or anyone that you might know on the podcast.
Perfect. What we're also hoping to do with the podcast is not just the guest interviews and industry experts coming in with sharing their insights, but we're also hoping to have a number of roundtable discussions, so getting different people on board, panel discussions about things that are topical at the time. And if there's any topic that you want us to talk about, then please share those details with us as well, and we can make it happen.
Yeah, cool. I think that's great, Jaz. Is there anything else that we need to say for episode 1 of the Forking Delicious podcast?
Just stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribing and share the details of the podcast on our page with anyone you think that might benefit from there. We hope to be releasing the episodes on a weekly basis.
Yes, we're going to commit to weekly, and let's see how we go. So like Jaz mentioned, please subscribe. We're going to be releasing the episodes on Spotify and on YouTube, and I think that should get syndicated also through Apple Podcasts as well, but please keep an eye out for it. And we'll definitely be releasing more information in the Facebook group, and we actually have a Facebook page and an Instagram for our podcast, and so you'll be able to keep up to date of all the episodes that get released from there. Cool. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to sharing this journey with you over the next few periods, a long time to come.
Thank you.
Thank you.